Well, it's nearly time to get today's Grand Prix underway. We've got a number of drivers in contention, but of course, only one can claim that coveted top step of the podium. Shanghai International Circuit then, a 16-corner high-speed thrill ride. The long and ever-tightening right-hander at turns 1 and 2 tests a driver's patience, and the flat, open to the elements location, tests their skill in a crosswind. 2 DRS zones will assist passing, and overtaking is available into turn 1, and of course down the kilometre-long back straight into the hairpin at turn 14. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
Well, the throttle goes both ways, Crofty. You've got to have the discipline not to try and win the race on the first lap. So always be prepared to lift early and give those around you more space. Trying to be the last of the late breakers with half a dozen cars around you may pay off from time to time, but it's also a great way to lose your front wing.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Alexander Albon put in a great lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Verstappen, Sebastian Vettel, and Bottas, Norris, Sainz, Magnussen, and Lance Stroll, Ocon, Perez, Daniel Ricciardo, and Grosjean, Latifi, Kvyat, George Russell, and Pierre Gasly, Giovinazzi, and Kimi Raikkonen finishes off the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
That's what we like to see at the start. Well done. Front wing. It'll need replacing if it takes too much damage. Let's use overtake and burn some of this energy. clearance is now enabled. Take it easy on the car. We can't sustain this level of damage. Okay, you're in the top 10. This is your final lap of the race. To car in front is 7.9 seconds. Okay, this is Jeff. I need you to stop cutting the corners. If you keep it up, the stewards will award you a penalty. race. We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
There'll be many smiles at the factory after that one. A great race and a real team performance to take the win here in Shanghai. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out on the track was today: speed. I know it sounds like an obvious thing to say, Crofty, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
And here we are, a team that is no stranger to the podium, taking their place on top once again. A sublime race today, and a stunning win for Ferrari. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?